Here's an emotional, engaging story based on your title. Single dad fixed woman's car on way to blind date, not knowing she was the date he dreaded. I corrected dready 10 to dreaded. Plain long paragraphs, Christian names, perfect for a YouTube narration. Sparkle's story. Ethan Miller tightened his grip on the steering wheel as he drove toward the cafe. His stomach knotted. For the first time in 3 years, he had agreed to go on a blind date, only because his best friend insisted. Ever since his wife Claire passed away, Ethan had focused only on his daughter, 8-year-old Lily. Dating felt like betrayal. Yet tonight, he was forcing himself to try, even though he dreaded meeting a stranger who would never understand his past. Halfway down the quiet road leading to the cafe, he noticed a car pulled over on the shoulder. Hazard lights blinking. A woman pacing, clearly distressed. Ethan sighed. He was already late. But Lily's voice echoed in his mind, "Daddy says we should always help people." So he pulled over. The woman looked up, relieved. She had warm hazel eyes, soft brown hair falling across her face, and a look of someone trying not to panic. I'm so sorry," she said. "My car just died, and my phone isn't working. I'm supposed to be at a cafe for a blind date in 15 minutes. Ethan chuckled gently. "Trust me, I understand blind date problems. Pop the hood, I'll take a look." Within minutes, he found the issue, a loose battery connection. A small fix. "You should be good now," he said. The woman let out a shaky breath. "You just saved my night." "I'm Madison, by the way." "Ethan," he replied. Madison smiled, soft, grateful, unexpectedly kind. "Well, Ethan, if your date doesn't go well tonight, tell her you deserve someone who shows up with jumper cables and a good heart." He laughed, the kind he hadn't felt in years. They parted ways, cars heading in opposite directions, neither knowing they were driving to the same cafe. Ethan arrived first. He felt restless, nervous, even foolish. Then the door opened. And Madison stepped inside. She froze. He froze. Their eyes widened at the same time. "Wait, you're Ethan? My blind date?" Madison whispered. He rubbed the back of his neck, half embarrassed, half amused. "And you're Madison, the woman whose car I fixed 10 minutes ago." She burst into laughter, bright, genuine, uncontrollable. Ethan found himself laughing too. Suddenly, the dread he carried dissolved like it had never existed. They sat, ordered coffee, and conversation flowed effortlessly. Madison wasn't pushy, or pitying, or awkward about his past. When he mentioned Claire, her eyes softened, not with judgment, but understanding. "I'm not here to replace anyone," she said quietly. "Just to get to know the man sitting in front of me." Ethan blinked, stunned by her sincerity. Hours passed. The cafe lights dimmed. And for the first time since losing his wife, Ethan felt something he once thought impossible: peace. And maybe, hope. A week later, Madison visited Ethan's home to drop off a book she had recommended. Lily answered the door. "You're the lady Daddy talks about," she said in her sweet voice. "The one whose car he fixed. Are you Daddy's friend?" Madison knelt. "I'd like to be, if that's okay." Lily smiled, the same smile that always melted Ethan's heart. "Daddy needs a friend. And maybe," she paused. "Maybe someone to make him laugh again." Ethan, standing behind the doorframe, felt tears sting his eyes. Months later, they all stood on the very road where their story began. Madison looked at the place where her car had broken down and shook her head. "Funny," she said. "My worst moment became the best twist of my life." Ethan took her hand. "Mine too." Lily slipped her tiny hand into Madison's. "This time, don't let the car break," she joked. They laughed together, the sound of a family forming. "If you want, I can also generate." White heavy checkmark thumbnail short text, 3 to 5 words. White heavy checkmark 10 cinematic AI image prompts. White heavy checkmark short YouTube description. Just tell me.